Trump had the tech titans across the board. Everyone made the pilgrimage to meet with him yesterday. And it was, you know, what do you think is the most interesting thing that you've heard?
Except Twitter, right?
Except Twitter.
They were not invited. Trump's own forum.
Yeah. That is one of the most interesting things. But, you know, so there was a Politico piece that people were talking about where apparently Twitter was told that they weren't invited because they refused to do an emoji after the hashtag Crooked Hillary during the campaign. But Trump has come back and said, actually, Twitter is not that big of a company. And if you look at it, it isn't.
It isn't.
It has a $13 billion market cap. You know, there's people like Google, Oracle, well over $100 billion.
And I think even before this meeting, you already heard from Eric Schmidt and others saying that they, you know, people who had been against Trump during the election, they've already come and said, you know, we're willing to work with him. So it's more of a sign of that, and I think that they have to.
But I think they were expecting maybe something slightly more hostile, just because so many of them had stood so strongly with Hillary Clinton. It was a charm offensive. It was, I love you guys. What can I do? Call me directly. Call my people. Call me. I don't care.
I mean, it's the same thing. Maybe it's not fair to say, but it's kind of the same thing with Goldman Sachs, right, and Wall Street. Like, you know, during the election, it was one take, and since then, it's been, how can we work with you?
And do you think it'll change anything? I mean, there was a meeting with Tim Cook supposedly afterwards, and they talked about the notion of changing the tax structure so that Apple might repatriate more of its taxes here. Or its revenue here? What do you?
I think it's hard to say, but I do think it's good news for Silicon Valley CEOs who are worried about immigration. You know, maybe Trump won't take such a hard line.
Yeah, I don't think he gets swayed that much just because so much of his base wants it and so much of the election was based on the immigration issue. So I think they have a problem there. But repatriation, I think, happens. And I think that's good for them. And for them to go lobby for it, it helps. But I think it's going to happen anyway.
It was an interesting meeting. I mean, you rarely see all those people in the same room. It was missing Uber's Travis Kalanick, but I think he and Musk were added to a special, the Strategic and Policy Forum, which addresses economic policy, so they're taken care of.